The truth! You can't handle the truth!
I want to state off from the very beginning that I do not believe in the Bible. I do not believe what it says or any other context about it except for historical content. As far as who said what, who did what, or any of that other stuff, I do not believe it. But I want you to know I do believe in God, but not as they describe the figure in that book they call the Testament of the World. We also need to remember, as we're talking about this from here and on for next several videos, we're talking about prophecy. Not a global prophecy, but the prophecy of one group of people that run out of Egypt out of slavery. All right, this is their story. This is not everybody else's story, but yet we are forced to believe their story. So this is about the prophecy at the Revelation, all right? Because this is coming in context, guys, with a lot of stuff that's going on globally, as well as in the Middle East with Israel and Iran. I want to put one thing forward right now at the beginning right here, guys. Be careful what you look up about certain people in Israel, the prime minister, whatever, and the cabinet. That's very restricted. If you do look it up, your name is put on the list. Your location is notified. And what you looked at is also noted. Also, if you look at anything about Israeli intelligence or any of the people in that, or any of the people that may or may not be in it, you are also flagged, tagged, followed, scripted, and all that other stuff. You're put on a list. So from henceforth, guys, be careful what you do with what you're looking at. We steer clear quite a bit about stuff about Israel and any of the intelligence personnel involved in such. Also, maybe even what the movements of Israeli military is and the so-called body count that does or does not really exist. We've got to remember also, guys, that this is for education and entertainment only. Nothing I say should be taken as factual. Do your own research and cover your ass. The prophecy of the Hebrews is the one that's written in the King James Version Bible, guys. It's just part of it, all right? We've got to accept that. It is not Catholic. It is part of the Hebrew prophecy. It is a book. They have the two messiahs concept that you see right here. In some Jewish traditions, there are discussions about two messianic figures. Ben Joseph, a suffering figure, and Ben David, a conquering king. And we'll get to that in just a moment. A twofold manifestation. And it tells you, go ahead, guys, you can read this about the proponents of this and a reference passages of Ezekiel 12:10, Daniel 9. And there's also talk about this in Revelations and also in the New Testament. And also down here we have a few more about the following interpretations are prevalent in the Masonic circles. The Jewish followers of Jesus, mainstream Judaism, awaits the first coming of the Messiah. He hasn't got here yet. They don't believe anything that happened in the New Testament is factual. It's a false narrative because they don't agree with it. And also that in 2019, Trump was quoted as a supporter who referred to him as the second coming of God and King of Israel. And that's some lofty terms. Remember, Trump used to wear the pillars of royalty in his ties and some of his other arrangements there, gold and purple, deep purple as royalty. So guys, it kind of promoted that. So we'll go on here right now. This is going to be a little bit long, guys, so hang on. A lot about it. And the following the attacks on Jewish targets in Europe and everything like that, we're getting to the point where actually Netanyahu called for all Jews to come home. I'll put that quotation mark to Israel because that's the safest place for them. And we also got to remember that the people of the Israeli faith, or Israel Jews, Jewish in fact, like to be martyrs, like to be portrayed as the sufferers of all things, that they had to put up with Gentiles or whatever, and that whatever they had anyway, guys, they looked at themselves as martyrs and victims, the perpetual victimhood. Also, I want to make sure that you understand the name of Trump. It has German and English origins, and both of them means, in German, there was somebody that beat on a drum. In Europe, English, it was someone that was a trumpeter or carried the trumpet, and also was a herald, also announcing royalty and other people upon court. That was the one that made a lot of noise, all right? So you kind of understand the context of that idea right now as we're standing right now down where I'm taking it. The Antichrist, many theologians have still cited in several references of the Bible, guys. I looked at the Bible and got references. King James Version and the New English Version, I think it is, that I got a lot of references from. And they believe, interpret this as the Antichrist receiving a death blow and appearing to rise again, allowing him to gain global authority. The wound is sometimes interpreted as a near-fatal blow to a political power, like the Roman Empire or maybe the Israeli Empire or Federation. And it's counterfeit because the devil cannot create life. This healing is seen as counterfeit miracle to deceive humanity. Jews react to the Messianic prophecy fulfilled by Jesus. Israeli rabbi claims Messiah will arrive Thursday. This was last week, or I think it was maybe the week before. I don't think it happened, but who knows? Maybe we're not in the loop. Tomorrow we will hear a warning: the Messiah has arrived. This is about the same time as something else happened, guys. Why Israel proves Messiah is coming back. Link to the full. This is on YouTube, guys. You can look up this thing and everything like that if you want to. And also it described in the Bible several references to the beast at the Revelation. It resembles a leopard with the feet of a bear and the mouth of a lion. 7 heads, which represented both 7 mountains and 7 kings, and 10 horns adorned with 10 crowns. On its head are the names that blaspheme God, and the wound upon one of its heads would appear to have a fatal wound that was miraculously healed, causing the world to marvel. I went ahead and asked AI to build a composite based on scripture, all right? And this is what we have right here, guys. A beast rising out of the sea, 7 heads, 10 crowns, and 10 horns. One of the heads of the beast seemed to have had a fatal wound, but the wound had been healed. The whole world was filled with wonder and followed the beast. And there's more scripture from the English Standard Version, etc., and the New Living Testament and the versions. You can look these up yourself, people. It's right there in black and white. One of the heads of the beast appeared to have been mortally wounded, but the mortal wound was healed, and the whole world marveled and followed the beast. And another one from the Graham Literal Bible. The primary Bible verse dealing with the mortal wound that heals is in Revelation 13:3, which describes one of the beast's heads as having a fatal wound, which is healed, causing the world to marvel. This is mimicking the Jesus' death and resurrection. So, back in 2019, we saw something that happened that we thought was this event. Y'all remember when President Trump someone tried to shoot him in the head, hit him in the ear, and he rose triumphantly with his fist raised. As Anna had pointed out, guys, if you look at his ear, there's no notch in his ear. And if you go look at Evander Holyfield's ear, after Mike Tyson got a hold of him, there's a chunk missing. Well, he got tore out. So if a bullet had hit Trump's ear, there'd be parts missing. But there was somebody else recently that appeared to have a fatal head wound and has miraculously reappeared on the world stage. This is taken from a bunker supposedly Netanyahu was in. This is a leaked photo. I don't know where it came from. I found it on Israeli News Live. And it shows Netanyahu right here in the middle. The ceiling caving in after a type of bunker buster or bomb sometime hit them from Iran. And you see the slab coming down on his head. And again, another one even was closer, and you see his hand covering his head as the slab of concrete crashes down upon him, convincing the world that he has received a fatal head wound. Netanyahu came out a few days after this. Everybody started talking about this. I was one of the first ones that came and started talking about this guy, that he was dead. But yet, several days afterwards, he started coming out with proof of life videos, as we was told, all over the world, making sure that everybody knew him. Even the press made sure they released pictures of him alive with his 6 fingers and his unspilling cup of coffee and so forth and so on. Even Mike Huckabee made an appearance. Oh, excuse me, I'm jumping ahead. And you see there, guys, that he tried to bring it. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses. They shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. These are the 2 olive trees, the 2 candlesticks standing before God of earth. The great dragon, this is another verse, guys, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, where his angels were cast with him. The 2 standing before God of the earth. Right here, guys. 2 standing before God of the earth. And he was cast out unto the earth. So, this proves that earth is Satan's playground, guys, is what I'm getting to say. Go back one more, right here. Now we'll give power unto my witnesses that shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in a sackcloth. We know that we are from God, and the whole world lies in the power of the evil one. The devil took him up and showed him all the kingdoms. This is about Jesus in the New Testament. The world in a moment of time, and said unto him, to you I will give all this authority and the glory, for it has been delivered unto me, and I'll give it to whom I will. Meaning that earth was given to Satan. The phrase, a time and a times and a half time, or similar to this phrase in Daniel and so forth, Daniel 7, Daniel 12, and Revelation 12:14, means 3.5 years, or 1,260 days, or 42 months, which correspond with the period of the Great Tribulation. As Anna pointed out to me, this is a period 3.5 years going into it, and 3.5 years going out of it. Total 7 years of the tribulation. Y'all can look this up yourself, guys. Anna's really a good whiz on this stuff and gets me straight on this. So this is straight out of the Bible, guys. King James or any of the other versions of the Bible, you can find these references yourself. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth and devoureth their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. These have the power to shut out heavens, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have the power over the waters to turn them into blood, smite the earth with plagues as often as they will. We don't need to say a whole lot about this, guys. The skies turned black with rain of oil pouring out of the skies into the waters, turning it brown, looks like dried blood. This is one of the areas that was bombed, guys. You can see the smoke rising from it here, and the shape of the burning, and all out into the harbor, this little island right here. And I saw this, and I instantly thought of this figure. The phoenix, rising phoenix, out of chaos, order. Out of chaos, order. You ever looked at the menorah the Jewish candle holder thingy. I don't place a lot of odds and trinkets, even the cross or anything else like that, guys. They're symbols, and we're told not to worship symbols, idols. Okay, so we look at this, and I remember back in the verse about the prophecy about the beast, it had 7 heads. On 7 heads were 10 crowns, or 7 crowns, and 10 horns, and 10 crowns. 7 heads, 10 crowns, 10 horns. And he had names of blasphemy upon him, each of the heads. Religions, state, industry, science, bank, war, and worshiping idols. It tells us, guys, what they're doing to us. Open book right here that tells us what they're going to do. And this is what they got. This is a prophecy about the beast in the heavens, wiping out the stars. Anna was talking about this and everything. So we went ahead and took the 7-headed beast and the 10 crowns and the 10 horns, and it went through in the heavens. Guys, we're going to have an astral measure of this, guys, right now in the skies with the Nibiru and the Nemesis system. It is a red dwarf, a red dragon, and it has 7 planets with it. 7 heads. Don't need to say a whole lot about this, guys. It's starting to spell out just like they say. So in conclusion, guys, yes, Trump, Netanyahu, part of this prophecy. They are carrying out the Hebrew or Israeli prophecy, Jewish prophecy. And we know what the end story is. I told y'all before that there will become a waste to the Middle East because of this war. It is already striking nuclear facilities, and it won't be much longer. And the people left over, the people of Jerusalem, of Israel, left over that survived, well, they will need a new home that is infested with nuclear material, radiation. And of course, I've told you before that the United States will be the United States of Israel. Trump's building a new ballroom, guys. This is kind of what it's going to look like. There you see what's standing over the top. That's about all I got for you guys right there, and I think it's kind of important. Talk about this, spread this information, guys. I think we have started the years of the tribulation. Wait a minute, I don't think I'm through yet. Wait a minute, what happened? I'm missing something. Uh-oh. Anyway, guys, it was supposed to be stated that the 42 months, which is what we started into, it ends August 28th, 2029, at the end of Trump's presidency. We are not coming out of this war anytime soon. Or not anytime soon. They are not going to seek a resolution anytime soon. We're going to be in this for another 2 years, guys, until probably 2029. And then we'll start pulling out. Because Trump is the deal maker. He is the peacekeeper. He is the herald of the false Messiah. Hope y'all have a good day. Reach out and do something nice for somebody, guys, because in these days and times, that's what we need to do. Be positive and reach down, and you know what's right. You know what's wrong. It's always better to do the right thing. Later, Taylor.
Attention passengers, we've now reached our destination. We hope you enjoyed the flight and have a nice day.